I'm Alessia Andrade, your host for the American Dream New York.
She's really going to show us the heart of New York City.
Join me as I explore the most magical city in the world.
We're really going to show the entire city.
There's a lot more we want to show you.
Brooklyn, downtown, uptown, east side, west side, Harlem, Queens.
Welcome to the American Dream, New York. I am your host, coming to you straight from Miami, South Florida, just a stone throw away from New York City, 3 hours away. I'm here enjoying the sun, enjoying the weekend for the Super Bowl. You're back home in New York. Let's check out the next two agents.
Hi, I'm Mike Lubin. Welcome to the penthouse at 15 East 91st Street. Come with me, I'd love to show you around. Today we're going to see an insider's view of New York on the Upper East Side. Two historic buildings that tourists and most visitors wouldn't have access to. We're going to show you a secret New York. First, we're in a 1930s penthouse inhabited by the same owner for over 65 years. I have the fortunate opportunity to sell this home in original condition. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. Let's take a look. Welcome to the ballroom, modeled after the Hall of Mirrors in the Palace of Versailles. You've never seen anything like this. 11-foot ceilings, wood-burning fireplace, wrap-around floor-to-ceiling windows with some of the most iconic views in all of New York City. 3 directions, open city views, east, south, and most importantly, west, floating over the Jacqueline Onassis Reservoir. There's not another apartment in New York that has this iconic, masterful view. This entire home is encircled by a wraparound terrace with these incredible views. This room was built for entertaining. The former owner used to have 100 people for dinner and dancing on Saturday nights. Unbelievable. It's 17 degrees outside, but I've got to show you this terrace. Come along. Could you imagine starting your day overlooking the park with a cup of coffee or ending with a glass of wine in the evening? Sunsets to the west, reservoir, open city views. Very few select group of people get to live this way in New York, and there's nothing better. And in here, we have the grand formal dining room with seating for 12. Manny, you're still sweeping? You're supposed to do that an hour ago. Back to the maid's room.
Okay. Mike, you're going to be late for your 1 o'clock squash appointment at the Harmony Club.
Oh, okay. Meet me over there.
Boys just wanna have fun. Boys just wanna have fun.
All right. That wasn't so bad. Hi. One of 5th Avenue and 60th. And now we get to visit the Harmony Club, the second oldest social club in New York City, founded in 1852. Home for fine dining, family events, concerts, lectures, and some of the best squash courts in New York City. Now you get to watch me make a fool of myself on the squash court. Come along.
seconds and counting.
To me, the American dream is about working hard and creating your best life and feeling at home anywhere in the world. Thanks for joining me today for My American Dream.
So what's up, everybody? My name's David Rosen. I'm a top real estate broker in New York City, but a lot of the time you can find me here at Sky Health with my trainer and friend, Jonathan Angelilli. John is my trainer. He's also been a client of mine. I sold his 1-bedroom in Soho. I helped you find your 2-bedroom, where we're going to see later.
Yeah.
And but most importantly to me is, you've helped me transform my life. You transformed my diet. I came to you 230 pounds plus, feeling terrible. You put me on a diet plan and transformed my body and my mind with a whole set of exercises that most people really don't know anything about.
Nothing, yeah. And it's very unconventional. It's very different than what you'll see. I'm helping people change their relationship to their body, to food, and ultimately to reality. That's what I do, and that's very hard to do with like a tech-driven, group fitness-based. You really got to work intimately. It's intimate, high-touch work that we do here together to get to know each other, to know what makes the person tick, to understand what's inside their heart, because that's what's going to help motivate them and activate them to come alive in their life. And that's what I'm passionate about.
So this is my journey. I'm the hero, you're the hero in our own journeys. That's our own American dream.
Which is what, for me, makes it so exciting. So these are very different than a traditional workout. It's about breathing and relaxing, letting the floor massage and mobilize your whole body. It's called primal movement. It's what evolution chose for all of us to start with to get our movement capacities going.
1, 2, 3, rising by the minute, yeah. Wanna be a part of it all. I'm gonna get back to the place I'm at. I don't even give a what.
Cool down for a second. That was a lot of work. That was a good job.
The reason I reached out to Jonathan in the beginning, I only knew him professionally because we helped sell his 1-bedroom in Soho. And then he and his wife moved into a 2-bedroom. They built some equity in it. And so we had a professional relationship. And then the relationship ended. And it was 3-4 years.
Yeah, it was a long time before we got going again.
So we re-engaged. We
Yeah.
were almost strangers.
Yeah.
We had a past of mutual respect. But now going into our 4th year, and I'm ready to recommit for year 4.
Nice, awesome, man.
And please help me make my cartwheel dream a reality.
Awesome, you got it.
How has the home treated you?
We have never been happier. We were a little bit reticent to leave Soho. We just felt like, oh, it's a cool place. This is our younger, almost more single selves. Whereas now, as parents, Chelsea is like such a great place to raise kids. We're on a quiet block relative for New York City standards, and we love it here. We love the home. We love the building. I can't imagine living anywhere else. And yet, now we have a newborn, and there's 4 of us. When we moved here, there was 2 of us.
If you have a moment later, I can show you a new listing of mine and maybe just see what you think of it.
Yeah, I would love to.
I don't know if it's the one, it's only a 2-bedroom, but just to see.
Yeah, no, that 2-bedroom could definitely work. 2-bathroom?
2 baths, washer,
Yeah,
dryer,
2 baths
outdoor
would be great.
space.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go in a minute.
All right, cool.
So this is one of my listings, John, and I know that with your family size, it might not be perfect,
Right.
but it's the loft and location that you like, so I figured we'd check it out.
That looks great.
What do you think of this home?
I like it a lot. It's even got a little outdoor space.
Yo, let's check out the outdoor space, man. So you have this, and it's the only one in the building that has this type of outdoor space. Totally good picnic, meditate, leg rolls,
Put the
squats.
kids back here. Go nuts for a
Third
little while.
bedroom for your 5-year-olds.
Nice.
It's got an ensuite bath. This is the master. Same 12-foot ceilings and great closet space. Well, I know you're ramping up for American Ninja Warrior, and you have a lot on your plate right now with the new year, new family. But I'm just curious.
Yeah.
For your housing search, what about this place stood out to you?
Well, it's a nice layout. I love the high ceilings, obviously, because you need a feeling of spaciousness in New York City. Nice kitchen, very workable. The extra large fridge is definitely appreciated when you have a family that you're feeding. We do a lot of cooking, which people say New Yorkers don't do. I mean, there are a lot of great restaurants, but we like to cook. We like homemade
Well,
food.
ever since I've been training with you for
Yeah.
3 years and keeping my food log, I mean, this morning, for example, I had sweet potato.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it was really good.
So, me and David have been working together for 3 years, and it's now more like family than anything. As a trainer, you're privy to a lot of sensitive information, the inner workings, at least the way that I work. I want to help understand the inner workings of my students because then I can really help them and help them help themselves, most importantly. That's my dream. That's what I love doing. So one of the things I discovered recently that David loves, because we're just always exploring and trying new things, is he loves a good foot massage. So I got him this really awesome foot massager ball.
I love this thing.
Welcome back, American Dream. I hope you enjoyed the first 2 agents. I'm standing in downtown Miami where you'll find the Port of Miami, famously newly renovated, right above my shoulder. We're standing in front of the Aston Martin building, which will be the newest trophy addition to the beautiful downtown Miami skyline. Let's take you back to New York.
Hi, I'm Shaun Anders.
And I'm Christopher Austad. We're the founders and partners of the Anders Austad team at Douglas Elliman, and we're here today in one of the hottest neighborhoods in New York City, Soho.
Which stands for south of Houston Street. A lot of people confuse that with Houston. I guess the rest of the country, that's what we call it. But here in New York City, it's Houston. And it's known for all sorts of amazing restaurants, shops, exquisite architecture, and some of the most expensive luxury real estate in the city, as well as the country. We're here at 33 Green Street, right in prime Soho, to look at this beautiful cast iron building built in 1910. It's 5 floors, 10 units. Let's go on and have a look. Notable features in this apartment clearly are these beautiful Corinthian columns that you see. You've got 13.5-foot ceilings. We've got hardwood floors throughout. These are original floors. They've been finished probably 4 or 5 times throughout the life. And then over here, as you walk to the south of the apartment, we've got these gorgeous 10-foot windows all facing the sunny southern exposure.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, it just gives you a lot of flexibility too with the layout. I mean, you only have a few structural posts, so you can kind of create the layout that works for you and your business. And one thing about all these beautiful flexible layouts that you have in Soho, And you've got little extra nooks like this. And this one's created because there's a stairwell and an elevator right behind here. So they use this as a little bit of a den, so you can sit here and read. You can bring your easel over and do some painting. You've got all these amazing books, and look at all this storage up here, which you don't get too many other places.
This is the original and best example of a live-work studio that you can't find anywhere else in the city, let alone the world. You have this mixture of retail, commercial, and residential real estate. So as you're walking down the street, all three blend together and just create a very exciting neighborhood.
Artists moved down here in the 1960s and completely revived this neighborhood.
Yeah, that brought a strong revival. So once the artists came in, this area became hip, it became cool. A lot of the rent started to increase, and eventually, I mean, the artists kind of got priced out once the neighborhood became super popular. All of the restaurants started opening here, some of the best restaurants in New York City, the cafes, large art galleries, and fashion houses. So here on Green Street is where you're gonna find a huge loft in that classic Soho architectural style that you're not gonna find anywhere in the city. 2,000 square feet, 13.5-foot dramatic vaulted ceilings, original hardwood floors and classic details. I mean, this is the American dream right here. How many people dream of coming to New York City and living in a neighborhood like this and having a huge loft space like this? So as you can see behind us, we have these amazing cast iron buildings. These were built mainly in the later half of the 19th century, and they're just gorgeous. They're actually landmarked as well. In 1973, this became a landmark historic district, so none of these can be torn down. So this classic architectural style is preserved in what makes Soho so special today. Okay, so we discussed why Soho is one of our favorite neighborhoods in the world. We also showed you an amazing artist loft space, and now we're gonna take you to one of our favorite places to eat in the city.
You wanna go get a slice of pizza?
Let's do it. We're actually gonna meet up with my daughter, Ava. All right, Ava, let's go get a slice of pizza at the best pizza joint in Soho, Champion Pizza. I think you're gonna love this.
Yeah. Do you know that the owner of Champion's Pizza, he's from Turkey, and he came to New York on January 28, 2001, and he was homeless when he first got here.
He was?
And he stayed at Bowery Mission for 96 days.
Wow, you really know your facts. You studied up on this guy, huh?
Yes.
Sounds like this is the best example of what a real American dream is, huh?
And look at him now.
Let's go meet him. Let's go meet him and get some pizza.
Great, so here we are sitting down with the famous owner of Champion Pizza, Haki Ekonomis. Did I say that right?
That's right.
All right,
exactly.
we got it right, first try.
Haki.
So you tell me, you know, a little bit about yourself, your story, you know, kind of go back as far as you want. We mentioned, you know, Turkey and that's where you're from, but, you know, why come here? Why to America?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I mean, always they ask me this question, but as I went to Canada in 1997, and then I stayed over there for like about like, oh wow, thank you. Can I get another slice, please, if you don't mind? They deport me. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh wow.
I'm happy. And I moved over here in New York City. As always in my heart and my mind, I want to open a pizzeria, even in Canada.
Okay.
But
why pizza though? Like
because like in Turkey, when I was her age, I was working in Turkish pizzeria. We make lahmacun, thin crust. It's very thin crust here.
Awesome.
And making pizza. And when I come over here, and I find a job at pizzeria.
One of the things I love about what you've done, not only with this pizza shop, you now have 7 in New York City, and you're giving back to the community. You're very philanthropic. Why do you do this? Like, what gives you that drive to constantly give back to the community?
You know what? This is I just love what I do, and every day when I do those like good things, good cause, it gives me like positive energy. And when I do this, it just makes me like so happy, so blessed.
Yeah. You know, we just wanted to thank you so much for today.
Thank you, man.
You know, really appreciate all you do and amazing pizza and amazing story and everything. And You know, this was just a really awesome opportunity to show a quintessential American dream, and thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you in the future.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and on this episode, my business partner and work wife, Maria Espinal, and I are as excited as we can ever be because New York City in and of itself represents so much to so many of the American dream. And real estate here is the most tangible way to leverage that success to fully live out that dream. At the same time, Maria and I have been very fortunate as lifelong New Yorkers and agents to work with scores of people in the city from both domestic and foreign points of origin. We have worked with people at the tops of their careers across all industries. And thankfully, we've met so many of them and learned so much from them. For this episode, we've chosen to introduce one of our favorite couples, June and Arun, who arrived here from South Korea in their early 20s. A little bit of background, they came with very modest resources. They went to Hell's Kitchen. They weren't checking into the Four Seasons when they got here. But they knew what they wanted, and they knew what their dream was, and they knew that New York City was where they were going to achieve it, and they got to work. And Maria and I experienced a fearlessness in the way they worked together, and it wasn't I am untouchable or an arrogant way, but it was a supreme confidence in the world and in each other. And that marriage and that partnership has been really instructive for both of us, actually, and helped us realize our American dream. So we're currently in their most recent apartment, a high-rise, a luxury high-rise with beautiful views in Tribeca. And this is the 5th property that we've worked with them on, 4 to live in and 1 as an investment property in Brooklyn. And as you'll see from the interaction, we are quite fond of June and Arun. And what we've learned working with them right away, 10 years ago when we met, was that they shared the same exact values. So the cultural gap was easily bridged because we had the same work ethics and morals. I think you'll enjoy them as much as we do.
Hi everyone, we're sitting here in one of the most prestigious buildings in Tribeca, 111 Murray, and we're going to be talking to our 2 favorite people in real estate. We go way back, and you're going to have fun listening to them. For Jeff and I, you both embody the American dream, and I'm not so sure how apparent that is to the 2 of you, but you've allowed us to come on this real estate journey with you. You've purchased many properties with us, and we thought it would be great for you to share your story with everyone, with the world. So tell us about your first real estate experience in New York.
2004, September, I came to New York first, and I had to find an apartment before June joined me. And June was still doing military service in Korea.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I found one apartment online. I don't know where I found it, actually Craigslist or Korean website or something. And everything was so new to me here. But I just found the cheapest one in the market, and I just called the agency, the broker, and.
But I vaguely remember, and I don't know if this is right, but that there was a short skirt involved.
We still joke about it, but like first of all, I wasn't there. I wasn't the candidate getting the apartment. It was just all room signed, everything. But if I went, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have gotten that apartment.
But I just said hello to the broker, and then the broker told me that you can come up to see the apartment first because there was one person didn't show up. So I went upstairs and I saw the apartment, and I just I told him that I want this apartment, and let's do this. But I didn't have any credit, or I didn't have social security number at that time. But somehow
you can say it.
The broker actually gave me his grandma's social security number, and then we could actually I could sign on the paper.
Right.
But when I look back now,
Doesn't make any
who
sense.
does that? Who in New York City does that anymore, right? I mean,
Poor grandma. Anyway.
That's how I found my first apartment.
thank God you were decent people, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly, right?
So let's get down to business now.
Yeah.
We have been buying real estate together for over a decade. You purchased your first property in Greenwich Village.
Yep.
That was roughly a 2,000 square foot home.
Yep.
I remember that we purchased it for, I can't believe that I remember the numbers, but 1925.
Yep.
We sold that property for $4.3 million. We purchased a property in the Hamptons.
Yep.
We purchased an investment property in Brooklyn. And now we're here at 111 Murray, and the views behind us are sick. So one of my questions for both of you is, for so many of our viewers watching, I think the story of the American dream is really important. And what made you decide to invest in real estate, and why New York?
I mean, Marie, she's fashion background. I'm a designer. So for us, just artistic expression in just non-digital format was so much fun for us. And we just wanted to more and more. At that point, so just to answer your question, we knew our investment strategy would be all in real estate.
I think that's what's really so brilliant about what you've been able to do over the last decade, that you, like many people are afraid to do, you've been able to see the opportunity and seize it and say, we're moving on to the next thing in our lives. And I can't believe that over a decade, you've come this far. And I think that's a great journey. Hi, how are you? We're in Tribeca right now. I know it's urgent. We're on back-to-back appointments. As soon as we're done, we'll give you a call. It should be around 5-ish, okay? I promise we'll get through all of the points. Thank you, bye.
Thank you so much for joining Maria and I today in Tribeca. It was a thrill for us to introduce you to our favorite clients, June and Arum, and we appreciate you coming along for the ride.
We'll see you next time.
Glenn?
Oh my God!
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
You're crazy.
This is my town.
Want to give me a ride?
Yeah.
Show me around.
Check out my buggy.
Crazy. Check out my buggy. This is insane.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to get.
Are you here for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I am. Wait, so this is Yarrow. You know that, right? These are Yarrow's buggies.
Of course I know it's Yarrow's.
Wow.
How do you know Yarrow?
He's from New York.
And
these were made in Brooklyn, Williamsburg.
And these are in Burning Man. They're at EDC and everything else,
Yeah,
right?
and now they're in Woodwood.
So they're going to be live to the public soon. I got a little private tour.
Are you getting a little previous?
I'm getting a little
taste?
love right here. Yeah, people in the streets are loving it.
This
It's
is
pretty cool.
insane. It feels amazing. I want to take me around. Let's go.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's go. I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll catch you next time.
See you later.